This that stuff you wanna hear. This stuff you wanna bang. The heisty orangutan. This the old city sound that done
good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to this Cynicalsania host to Miss Diane off an imitation. Never duplicated superstar conviction. Well, we're gonna go over Raw this week. It was in ThunderDome. Still hasn't gotten old yet. So yeah, before we get into that. Before we get into this week's Raw, we're going to switch gears, talk about last week's SmackDown via the SmackDown Rewind, and all the big highlights from last week's SmackDown. Building up between Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns being the filler match at Fastlane, the filler match, if you will, but for leading into Roman versus Edge at Mania, which, in all honesty, is the true battle of spear versus spear that we really wanted to see. Not what we almost had to deal with last year. Still shudder to think about the idea of Roman versus Goldberg. Anyways, also Alpha Academy starting to get a little bit of an edge to them. I don't know about y'all, but I like the idea. The idea of a heel Otis intrigues me, and you know, I'm kind of for that. Apollo Crews came out, a whole new persona, full-blown bad guy, new gear, fully proud of his Nigerian heritage, taking a page from like back in his old indie days, which, again, I am all fucking for and I'm cool. Whatever works, man. You know? Other than that, also build up between, nice build for a Seth Rollins Cesaro feud. I'm all for that. We all know on how much I fucking love Cesaro, man. Much like my homeboy Bingus, he is with Billy Gunn. I am with Cesaro, man. Yeah. Also, big news that did get announced on SmackDown as well. It is official, folks. It's official. Bianca Belair has officially said who she's going to challenge at WrestleMania, and it is none other than Sasha Banks. So, we are going to get Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. I am all fucking for that. I like that. Now, with that said, let's get into this week's show. It starts out, Drew McIntyre makes his way to the ring. Gives us basically a quick recap of on how the past month has been for him, you know. Talks about on how the ups and downs he had. His best friend, Sheamus, that he's known for 20 some odd years, all of a sudden betrayed him. Now, you know, for whatever reason, whether it was for the title, he doesn't know, he doesn't care at this point. And then he loses the title. Not only does he lose the title, he loses the title to The Miz. And now he's hell-bent and determined to soon become a 3-time WWE champion now. And then The Miz comes out, whoa, Drew, you need to cool yourself, man. I'm not the one to blame here. I'm just as much of a victim as you. Now, did I cash in my contract on you? Yes, I did. I told you I would. However, I am not the one you should be mad at. The one you should be mad at is Bobby Lashley. And trying to make this big upsell argument on how Lashley is the one McIntyre should take all that frustration and aggression out on instead of him. And then MVP comes out, interjects, winds up jumping in, saying on how Miz, you got a title match with Lashley tonight, and it is at 9 p.m. So you got less than an hour to get your ass ready, boy. Paraphrasing, mind you. And then we come to Sheamus coming out. These two guys, they go at it hard and heavy before the bell even rings. And before the bell rings, they're brawling on the outside of the ring. Then they go to commercial. We come back. And then it's a solid fucking fight, man. That's all it was. This, honestly, seeing Sheamus and Drew McIntyre going at it, it reminded me of two things. The bar fight in The Quiet Man with John Wayne. If you've not seen it, highly recommend you do that. Also, it reminded me of any time me and my brother have ever gone toe-to-toe, and we have gone toe-to-toe a lot. But it just, whoa, this was a solid fucking strike fest, man. A lot of back and forth. It was a fucking fight. I dug the shit out of it. This was fucking amazing. This is on how you start a goddamn show. Match was beautiful. I fucking dug it. It came to an end in a really good way too. Sheamus, he was lining up for the brogue. He was in mid-motion, had his knee cocked, or not his knee, his leg cocked back, ready to go for it. And as the legs cocked back, that's when McIntyre, boom, pops him with the Claymore 1, 2, 3. That is it. Stick a fork in him. He's done. I really hope these two do not get to touch each other again until WrestleMania, and just let it tease, let it build, let the aggression sit and simmer for like a week or two, that about Sheamus being mad that McIntyre won, and then he takes it out on other people, and then they can make a contract thing saying that they're not allowed to go near each other, this, that, and the other until WrestleMania, and so that, and just something like that, man. You know, I'm just, yeah. Next matchup, we got Nia Jax going against Naomi, and, well, this was about what you would expect. Naomi just pretty much got put on the ass end of an ass whooping, and, yeah. Nia just straight up decimated her. Plowed right through her. Match came to an end with a Samoan drop, then the powerbomb, 1, 2, 3, that was it. Next up, we got tag match. It's Braun Strowman with a mystery opponent going against the Hurt Business. And now, what gets me on this is the segment that led to this match. It made everything come off as if it was a surprise impromptu match. However, during the McIntyre Sheamus match, they put a little bumper down in the corner, like down right there, down right here, saying later on tonight they're going to have Braun Strowman with question mark versus Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander in a tag team championship match. So, yeah. But either way, Shane McMahon and Adam Pearce came out, talked to Braun, talking about on how, whoa, we didn't screw you out of nothing. Now, you had an opportunity. Now, we're trying to do conflict resolution here. So if you are having a problem working with WWE management, so we're going to have you work with WWE management in a tag match. Now, Braun's just like, you ain't making me tag with you, are you, Shane? Me? No. You're going to be working with Adam Pearce, which then made Adam Pearce look like, wait, what? You're making me work with that giant 8-foot lurch-looking motherfucker? What? He had that look on his face, which was priceless. Say what you will about Adam Pearce, good or bad, I fucking love the guy. He was a hell of a worker in the indies, you know, and obviously he's good at his fucking job backstage, otherwise he wouldn't be there, and he's obviously really, really good at his job if he's getting TV time as well. But yeah, either way, that wound up leading to impromptu tag title match. And as far as this match went, Braun just pretty much put Cedric Alexander on the ass end of an ass whooping. Shelton Benjamin came in. They got like 2 or 3 moves in before Braun hit a power slam on Benjamin. And as Braun was about to go for a pin, Shane McMahon got up on the apron, yelled to Strowman, tag Adam in, tag Adam in, tag Adam in, show you that you can work with management. And Braun's just like, I could fucking end this now. Just, alright, fine. Get in there. And as Adam Pearce goes for the pin, you see Shelton Benjamin roll him over to reverse it and to make it into an inside cradle. 1, 2, 3. So the Hurt Business still tag champs. And Braun's just like, the fuck? Personal prediction, I'm thinking Braun Strowman, Shane McMahon, WrestleMania. I'm all for it. Next up, we... Elias, which... Whew, man, talk about this sucked the fun out of the room. Elias versus Damian Priest, which Damian Priest I absolutely fucking love. I dug his shit as Punishment Martinez in Ring of Honor. Fucking loved him in NXT. You know, the guy is a hell of a worker, and he is a the guy can go. You know? Now, this had a very slow start to the match, which, all things considered, given on how high fast and high octane the first hour was in the show, this at first it was like a nice change of pace. Like, oh, okay, now I'm saying, and nothing changed, and it was just a very slow pace throughout the rest of the match, and it was just ugh. You know, Elias wound up picking up was leading the pace after the break, but nah, it was not a good match. This was not a good match, I will say that. It felt a little choppy. You know, that's about the best I can say on it. And match came to an end though with Priest. Priest got the win. Elias had Damian Priest up in electric chair position. He got off Elias' shoulders, and next thing you know, hit him with hit the lights. They used to be called Reckoning, not anymore since Reckoning's working on Raw. So yeah. So now we come to now it's tick-tock, 9 o'clock. Miz and Lashley, this match now happens, and the second the bell rings, Miz runs out the ring, grabs the title, runs off. So technically Bobby Lashley wins via a countout, however, your champion is still the Miz, which then leads to backstage segment of Shane McMahon talking to MVP and Lashley, with MVP saying point blank, Shane, this is bullshit. That's an exact quote. This is bullshit was MVP's exact words. And then just right after that, Shane said, okay, we'll make a match. And if Miz does not participate, he is going to have to vacate the title, and it will be awarded to Lashley no matter what. So yeah, now we're definitely getting it at the end of the night. Next up, we got women's action. Charlotte Flair versus Shayna Baszler. Charlotte cut a promo at first saying on how she didn't want to be in the women's title picture at first. You know, she wanted to work tag. She wanted to be with somebody she respects. She can work with. She wanted to work with Asuka. And then it showed on how last week Shayna Baszler, boom, put a boot right to Asuka's face, knocked a tooth out, which, whew, good Lord Almighty. That's a hard-hitting kick. And don't worry, Asuka, when Asuka comes back, she gonna come for blood. But yeah, Charlotte then said she wants Asuka at WrestleMania, which I get it. Everyone's like, no, give it to somebody else. Okay, but dude, listen. These two put on a good match, though. Even if we've seen it a million times. We saw The Rock and Steve Austin a shit ton of times. But they all had fucking stellar matches. You know? I mean, we saw Shawn Michaels and Triple H go against each other a ton of times. Had all stellar matches. You know? We saw Undertaker and Shawn go against each other like 3 times, and all 3 times were fucking banger matches. You know? Point is, if you know the two people can put on a good show, and just try not to complain too much. You know? You want to complain, that's your God-given right to. Go ahead, complain. But man, try and enjoy what you got on hand if you're, you know, be like, man, don't get me wrong, this is cool, but I'd like something else too. Try and come at it in that kind of a perspective, if that makes sense. Either way, after Charlotte says that, and Shayna and Nia come out saying on how Charlotte's alone, she don't have anybody to watch her back and all this, that, and the other. So, again, personal prediction, I'm just throwing it out there. Rhea Ripley debuts next week, helps Charlotte with Shayna and Nia until Asuka comes back. That's my personal prediction on that. As far as this match went, this was a really decent match. They attacked Nia and Shayna attacked Charlotte before the match started and before the bell rang. Had a nice pace. It was a decent match. I actually really dug this. I wouldn't mind seeing this on a pay-per-view level. You know? It was a good match. I really liked it. Came to an end. Charlotte got the win doing natural selection. So yeah. Next up, we got Retribution, which is all three guys, Ali, Teabag, and Slapdick. I mean, yeah, it was Slapdick. Against Lucha, House Party, and Riddle. Yeah, you know, at this point, I feel like I'm an old dog barking at the same thing over and over. But my God, dude. Don't get me wrong, if you're one of those college party bro dudes, okay, yeah, Riddle's cool, but I mean, give me range, man. That's what I'm looking for more than anything. Give me somebody who, kind of like with Kurt Angle or Edge, you know, they could go from comedy to serious to dramatic to tear-jerking, you know, all in one segment. You know, give me something like that. If you're a wrestler and you can't do that, I'm gonna just look and be like, all right, well, what else you got? That's and I'm not saying that as an insult. It's just, you know, I'm a firm believer you need to have range. The more feathers you can put in your hat for your profession, the more better your job security is gonna be. Anyways, as far as this match went, Riddle was the punching bag for it until Lance Dorado got the hot tag. They started emptying out the ring, and then Dorado tagged in Grand Metalik. Grand Metalik climbed up on the Dorado's shoulders, and then, boom, dropped down on him. Dropped down on the Slapdick, got the 1, 2, 3. That was it. After that, Ali challenged Riddle to a one-on-one match, saying, I'm going to show you guys how it's done. And then Ali and Riddle proceeded to have a match. It was a good enough match. It was a nice filler match. Ali was working on Riddle's left arm throughout the whole night, which, you know, honestly, and this was the thing, and this was a little thing I noticed. Everyone worked a different aspect of a body part throughout the night. Sheamus and McIntyre match, Sheamus kept working on McIntyre's jaw, you know? With Charlotte, you know, Charlotte obviously was working a knee. With this one, they were working on Riddle's shoulder. Or not shoulder, his left arm, I should say. Work them, focus on different parts of the body through a show. You know, you wind up showing like, wow, these guys really know how to hurt somebody. As opposed to seeing somebody go and do a leg screw or a knee DT on somebody 500 times. Seeing somebody work the same body part all throughout the show. Either way, it was a decent enough match. Like I said, match came to an end with Ali. It was a top rope. It looked like it was supposed to be like a top rope backbreaker, but it kind of turned into a slop. It looked a little sloppy where it looked like Riddle just landed and slammed down on his back. And that came to be because Slapdick got up on the apron. And as he's doing that, you could see him waving, which brings up Mia Yim reckoning to get into the ring to argue with the ref. And as she is arguing with the ref, that's when Mace is on the stairs and is giving Riddle a death stare which throws him off, which then leads to Ali doing that slam thing, and then gets a 1, 2, 3. So now we come to main event of the night. Bobby Lashley, Miz, and before the match starts, Shane McMahon comes out to the apron. Miz, I did say I would have a way to help make sure this match is competed, so bring out the Lumberjacks. A lumberjack match. As far as gimmick matches go, honestly, I feel like lumberjack matches should be one of those matches that just like phase out of existence. It just feels too hokey, like it's an old 70s or 80s kind of gimmick for a match. You know? A steel cage I get because you're keeping opponents in and keeping adversaries out. Hell in a Cell, same concept. Elimination Chamber, you're putting 6 guys in, 6 people enter, 1 person leaves. Things like that, you know, I get. But a lumberjack match, just, nah, it feels too hokey. Excuse me. Anyways, this came to be, and Lashley would just put Miz on the ass end of an ass whooping. And the whole time I'm watching this, I'm just like, Bobby, don't fucking play with them, man. Just fucking end it. Just end it. Because Lashley could have ended it at least 6 different ways before he finally fucking did when he put the full Nelson in on Miz, and you see Miz tap out, tap out, tap out. So, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, Odin, Zeus, Yishnu, whoever the fuck heard me up there, thank you. Your winner and new WWE Champion, Bobby Lashley. And so, yeah, I am all fucking for that. So, yeah. All in all, 2nd hour of Raw, nah. 3rd hour of Raw, it kind of went like a roller coaster this time for tonight. Went really up, and then the 2nd hour and went back up, but not to where it was in the 1st hour. Either way, that is it for this week's show, folks. So please, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back watch some of the other episodes when you can. Look for me on the Twitter at Team Vicious. Also on that Facebook gimmick, Tim Ash. If you're gonna look for me on my Facebook gimmick, let me know you found me on there from here. On my Twitter at Tim Vicious on the thing, guys. Keep John going. Thank you to contributor to the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. They're a little bit of wrestling, a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Also, thank you to my executive producer, Ali Ray Ben, who did provide the music for this week's show. Make sure y'all check out his music out there on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud. All that good shit details are down below. Also, folks, don't forget to follow these cool ass guys from right on the Twitter. Asamelon, Kenny Killer, DSB_IV, Diabolica RA, and Sergeant Curry Pants. And folks, like I always tell y'all, you love me great and hate me. Fuck it.